We're back, and we're back at the JFK Museum at Main Street, Hyannis. We're talking about entrepreneurship, and that makes us radio entrepreneurs. Heard across the World Wide Web, 28 countries. It's unbelievable how people have been connecting with us. And again, thanks to our great friends, very, very, very good friends at Merrill Lynch Cape Cod. And our next guest is Tim Ball from Boyd and Ball Public Adjusters. Ball and Boyd. Oh, I like that. Must be dyslexic. Welcome, Tim.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So you were telling me some stuff offline. Why don't you first tell us about Ball and Boyd?
Ball and Boyd is a company that I formed with Greg Boyd, who was a competitor of mine. We formed in 2007. We had competed for 17 years prior to that. We were both coincidentally licensed at the same time in 1989. We both thought that we were going to be the only public adjuster servicing Cape Cod at the time. And in those days, you didn't go in and take a test and find out right away that you passed it. You had to take a test, as they do now, but you had to wait a couple of months and get a letter in the mail to find out if you passed the test. And when the results came out, we learned that there was another guy who had been in that same room who was planning on servicing Cape Cod 2 months before when we took the test. So in August of '89, we were both licensed, and we competed until 2007 when things got a little too busy for me, and Greg was looking to leave his at the time, employer, who was off Cape, and he lives in Sandwich on the Cape, and he would rather have had his own thing going and be part of his own company, and it was time for him to make a shift, and we teamed up and started to build a machine, and it's a pretty well-oiled machine at this point, and we process insurance claims on behalf of the insureds, primarily is what we do.
Wow. So do you want to continue to explain the business? Because you told me it's quite unique.
It's unusual in that many people have never heard of public adjusters. People sustain damage to their homes or businesses, and they call the insurance agent, who calls the insurance company or sends them a notice, and then an adjuster contacts the insured and wants to come out and see the damage and assess the damage and ultimately make a settlement offer. And people don't know that you can have your own adjuster, a public adjuster, who will work for you and negotiate with the adjuster that the company sends out to make sure that you get everything you're entitled to under your policy, given the damages that you've sustained. And damage is a matter of opinion, and anything that involves an opinion is subject to negotiation. And we know how to identify the damage. We know how to apply the coverage. We know what the company can do under the policy and things that they can't do. And that's one of our sayings on a pamphlet that we have, that we also know, as far as being the insured and the claimant, we know what you should do and we know what you should not do from the moment you sustain a loss, whether it's water damage from ice dams, as there's been all over the state and country this year. Among other things, it's been Armageddon out there in winter 2015.
Right.
This is our busiest year. I have never been as busy as I am now. Everybody is maxed out. The whole industry is kind of upside down. We do what we can for the people and make sure that the claims get settled properly.